Hey, this is Adelai Brown, your heart coach. And I just wanted to jump on here today and talk to you a little bit about, look at my nose so shiny right there, y'all. And talk to y'all a little bit about why you need to heal your heart, right? That's what we're talking about today. Why it's so important to heal your heart, because the truth of the matter is, if you want to feel better about yourself and your life, you must heal your heart. That is why I am the heart coach. And one of the things that I was doing today, I was studying and I came across something that I thought was very profound. So I wanted to read a little bit to you about what the heart is. Now, when God called me to start heart coaching, I didn't realize that's what I was. I mean, being a heart coach, really, I work with individuals to build heart equity, personal, relational, financial wealth through authentic living. But I started doing heart coaching back, I guess you would say, in 2006 when I started doing my inspirational text messages. And everything was dealing with the heart. Every message I sent was really a nugget, just really dealing with your heart work. And I'm going to find a copy of Anchored, my first book, and read y'all a couple excerpts of it. But in the meantime, the word lab, L-E-B, lab, is the Hebrew word for heart, right? It's the Hebrew word for the heart. And so as I was studying today, it says, the heart includes not only the motives, feelings, affections, and desires, but also the will, the aims, the principles, the thoughts, and the intellect of man. In fact, it embraces the whole inner man, the head never being regarded as the seat of intelligence. While it is the source of all action and the center of all thought and feeling, the heart is also described as receptive to the influences both from the outer world and from God Himself. That's the heart. The heart is the seat, right? The root of your intellect, right? It's the seat of your emotions, right? The heart is, it says all his thoughts, desires, words, and actions flow deep from within him, yet a man cannot understand his own heart. When I talk about doing heart work, we're talking about the seat, the foundation, the root of why you're doing what you're doing, why you're living the way that you're living. If you are connected to me, if you listen to this video, whenever you listen to it, just understand that there is a calling on your life. And the Lord knows that in order for you to walk in those steps, your heart has to be right. You have to do some things and get yourself in order, get your life together so that you can see the authentic transformation that will bring about the authentic living that is you. Do you know that when your heart is right, when your heart is right or isn't in a good place, it impacts your memory, it impacts your will, your desires, it impacts your mind. Your heart is the seat of you. Your heart is the bedrock of the individual that is you, the being that is you. It is so important for you to make sure that your heart is right. And we are living in a world right now that all of the influences of the world are coming to impact your heart, how you view yourself, how you view God, how you view the world around you, your feelings, your emotions, your affections, your motives, your desires, your will, your aims, your principles, your thoughts, your intellect. It is so important for your heart to be right. And we are all on this journey together. And I can tell you something, God is doing some amazing things. And we have to make sure that we get in place and we stay in place. And we have to make sure that our hearts are right. So it's some truth that we're going to have to start telling. A lot of us have gotten connected in relationships and been in relationships for a very long time that are not serving our hearts in this season. It is time to disconnect. It is time for you to allow the circumcision in your heart to take place. The Bible talks about how the Lord will circumcise our hearts, how he will cut away at things, how he cleanses our hearts. And I just want to, I understand that I'm on this mission. That's why we're doing the master's classes. That's why these other trainings and courses and events are coming about, because it is critical that we get our hearts in order, because that's the only way we're going to be able to take dominion and do the work that we've been called to do. It is imperative. It is absolutely imperative that you get your heart right. You need to get very clear. And let me tell you what that means. That means that you need to be very clear about why you're doing what you're doing. What are your motives? What are your feelings? What are your affections? What are the things that you are connecting to and rubbing up against to? Where do you run to for comfort? Who or what do you run to for comfort? These are all signs of the state of your heart, the quality of your heart. What are your desires? What do you will to do, and how much are you going after that, or how little are you going after that? What is your aim? What are your principles and your thoughts? What are your beliefs? What have you built your life on? I can tell you from personal experience that the more I work on my heart, the more I get clear about who I am and get clear about my worth and my value, I realize that my motives have changed. My feelings are different. My affections are shifting. The desires that I had before, I don't have the way I used to. There are things that are shifting. There are people and places that I used to frequent, and I don't have a desire to do that anymore. There are ways that there are thoughts that I used to think that I'm not thinking anymore. Or even when I think of them, I'm way more aware of what I'm thinking than I ever was before. But you have to get in control of your heart. You have to guard your heart. But how you control your heart is by working on your heart. And how do you work on your heart? You start to tell yourself the truth. You start to get clear about where you are and who you are. You have to get connected so that you can be more aware of yourself and the world around you and the God that is strengthening you and empowering you to live the life that you're currently living. But you cannot continue to do life the way you've been doing it. Why are you going after what you're going after? What are your motives? Why are you doing what you're doing? Why are you still there? Why are you stuck there? Why do you continue to keep going back to the same vomit over and over and over again? What are you not believing about yourself that you need to believe? What are you believing about yourself that you need to now adopt a new, more empowered belief about yourself? Where are you playing small that you need to play big? Where are you not telling yourself the truth? What are you pretending to not know that you already know the answer to? I'm talking about your heart. The seat of your emotions, the seat of your intellect, the seat of your memory, the seat of your motives, your desires, your affections, your will, your thoughts, your principles, your beliefs. That's what your heart is. Your heart is the seat of all of these things. But we invest so much in everything else but our hearts. We invest in our bodies. We'll even invest in our spirit. We want to get right with God, but we don't take the time to realize that in order to stay right with God, you got to be right with yourself. You got to get your heart right. Where are you struggling? What thoughts are you thinking? What feelings do you have that hurt or are uncomfortable on the inside, and you're not even taking the time to acknowledge them? Where are you in relationship, in communication, in community with people, places, and things that you know you need to disconnect from? Let's talk about it. But this is why you need to heal your heart. Because if you don't heal your heart, then you essentially sprinkling like poison over everything that you do. Because your heart is driving every action that you take. The quality, the state of your heart is driving every action that you take. So I just want to encourage you to heal your heart. And if you subscribe to this page, if you're connected to someone that you know needs to see themselves a different way, needs to address their motives, needs to work on their thoughts and their beliefs and their desires and their affections, like all of us, like me, I invite you to join this heart equity movement. Get connected to our channel. Let's do this work together. Because we have so much work to do. Just remember, you have to guard your heart. But in order to guard your heart, you must make sure that your heart is open to be healed. Think about it. Love y'all.